have someone from the School of Collective Intelligence that is going to be on ground to answer questions that everyone might have regarding the program, as well as someone from Agribusiness Innovation. They are both second-year master students, and they will be on ground to answer any form of question that you might have. So you can kindly note down your questions. We shouldn't, all things being equal, this webinar should end by 10 p.m. this night. So the first half of this webinar would be questions that I would ask them as the moderator, and the second half would be any question that you might have regarding your application process, regarding the program, regarding career prospects. They will be very, very happy to help you. And this webinar also was put together by the Nigerian community here in conjunction with the UM6P research department, also to provide information and to assist Nigerians that would apply to UM6P this year. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to us. We'll be very, very happy to respond. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our panelists. The first person is Hakodu Rafiat Bamimori. She's a second-year master student in the School of Collective Intelligence, as well as Azeez Olayemi, second-year master student in the school in the African Business School, specifically Agribusiness Innovation. So I think I would start with Hakodu Rafiat. Hi, Rafiat. Good evening.
Hi, Paul. How you doing? Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening also. First of all, just a bit of icebreaker. How does it feel being done with the course load of the last 18 months? How does it feel?
I'm not done.
Okay.
SCI, we are not done here. We should be done by ending of February. Yes, by ending of February, we should be done with all coursework, experiments, and everything. But we still have some exams for next week and upper week. But then, for the last 18 months, how does it feel like coming to the end of the coursework? It feels overwhelming at the moment, maybe because I still have some courses to do. And then there's a sense of gratitude to how far we've come and how fast the time has come, and we're almost coming to the end of our program.
Okay.
So a sense of overwhelming exhaustion and gratitude.
Okay, 3 in 1 also. Just to give a bit of context, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I asked that question is because the master's program here at UM6P is designed for 2 years, and you've spent the first 18 months within the 4 walls of your classroom, the course load, everything. Then your final 6 months, you embark on a 6-month internship. You can do it anywhere you want. So that was why I asked that question. Azeez Olayemi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
Yeah, the same question goes to you. So how does it feel? The journey of the last 18 months.
That's been good. We've experienced the good, the bad, the ugly, everything not. But we thank God. That's been good.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be so glad to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in tonight's session. So, I would like to start with Rafiat this evening. Like I said, this webinar will be divided into 2 segments. The first half would be an interactive section between myself, Rafiat, and Olayemi. So I'll be alternating questions between both of them regarding the School of Collective Intelligence, as well as African Business School, specifically Agribusiness Innovation. So I'd like to start with Rafiat. The School of Collective Intelligence is quite interesting. It brings it's a very interesting field that brings different people from different disciplines also. So actually, I would like to start with this. What sparked your interest in the School of Collective Intelligence, and how does it connect to your previous academic experiences? So you just give a bit of insight into your previous academic experience.
Thank you so much for that question. Actually, I wouldn't say my interest in collective intelligence started when I was applying to UM6P, because initially the program I wanted to apply to was agribusiness and innovation. I have a background in agricultural and bioresources engineering, so I felt like agribusiness and innovation is going to suit me better due to my academic background. But then, just when I want to submit up my application, a friend of mine that is already in UMCSP told me, Rafiat, you have the privilege to apply to 3 programs. Why do you just want to choose one? Just add collective intelligence to your list of programs. And I added it, and boom, I was admitted into the two program, both agribusiness and innovation. So that was when the dilemma started. I was quite confused on which of the programs to go for because I felt like collective intelligence was collective intelligence. I've never heard about it. It was during my application that I just chose a course called selective intelligence. Then I started my research. I started with the school brochure that they provided. I read through it, and I did some online findings to see what's happening, what's this field, collective intelligence. And I remember sending it to one of my mentors that I need to choose between these 2 courses, that which one do you think I should do better? And truthfully, he told me to, because he knows what I want to do. I'm someone that is very interested in carrying out research. Even in agricultural engineering, I was interested in using artificial intelligence, data science, and all those things in agriculture. I wanted to learn it to use it in agriculture. So it was like, I think this is a master-based program, which is going to suit you and make you achieve whatever dream you want to achieve as a researcher, and also is going to help you with your data science skills. But then the agri business is more or less like a business course for someone. Maybe they want to have like an MBA or something related to business, which I was never interested on. So that was what made my journey in collective intelligence started. And I read through it and I slept with it. I just decided to give it a try and let me see. If at all I don't enjoy what I'm doing for what I do for the next 2 years, then I'll probably have another master's. That was just my decision, that I'll probably just have another master's in my related field. But so far so good. It's been really, really a good experiment, and it's exactly what I wanted, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Just to give a bit of context into your answer, can you just describe the collective intelligence program and a bit about the curriculum also, so that someone that does not have an understanding can have an idea about collective intelligence?
Okay, just in a very short way, I would say collective intelligence is the science of enhancing collaboration, where you bring together different people in different fields, diverse group of people, and they come together, they learn, they create, and they make decision which is going to be used in problem solving. Not just any problem solving, but complex problem solving. So one key thing about collective intelligence is bringing together people from different fields. So no matter the background you're coming from, hard science, social science, physical science, life science, business and humanities, it is a course that has a place for you. It's a course that needs your intelligence. It's a course that needs your input, because we all know that a problem is something that just come up anytime from anywhere. So we need like a lot of diverse group of people that are going to tackle this problem in a way. So in collective intelligence, we have 4 core courses, and we have other courses that we do like every semester. Our first course is data science, statistics, and programming. The second one is cognitive science. The third one is experimental methods, and the fourth one is computer science in collective intelligence. So the data science basically teaches you how to draw insights from all data you'll be collecting, because when you are trying to solve a problem, obviously you need a lot of data collection skills, analysis skills, statistical skills, which is going to make you draw inference and describe whatever problem that you are going to be solving. Then the cognitive science basically teaches you how the human how human thinks, because you are dealing with a lot of people. You are dealing with people basically, not just a lot of people. So you need to know how the human think, how the minds work, how they come together to solve problem. while the experimental method, this is because this is a research-based master's, you need to know the good way, like the right way to carry out research. What are the things I'm supposed to put in place if I want to carry out research? What are the ethics? What are the ways to do it? The experiment, what way can I go? Is it going to be qualitative? Is it going to be quantitative? So this is what the experimental method does. And the computer science basically teaches you what exactly is happening in our world, what AI tools are we using, how can we use LLMs, AI tools, predictions to solve problems. So that's what the computer. So these 4 courses are courses that you're going to take from your semester 1 to your 3rd semester. You do it like computer science 1, computer science 2, computer science 3, and computer science 4. So these 4 courses, they are always going to be in your curriculum for the 3 course semesters. Then you have some other courses like innovation and project management, you have history and philosophy, you have leadership lab, yes, leadership lab. Then you have some other courses that have been introduced, how to write, yes, how to do carry out after you've carried out your research, how to put what you've done in writing, how best can you frame it, how can you also they'll teach you how to publish your papers and how to make research on that research writing. So basically, that's what collective intelligence is about.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rafiat, for that well-detailed response. So in case you've been a little confused about what the program is, collective intelligence has been well summarized by Rafiat. So for your questions, you can kindly note them down, jot them down. Once it's time to take questions from the audience, I would open the floor for everyone to ask their questions. So let me move very quickly to Azeez Olayemi. Once again, good evening, Azeez. Can you kindly just give us a brief oversight into how you got into the agribusiness innovation program? And before you answer the question, let me just say this. The reason why I'm in UM6 is because of Olai. I saw his LinkedIn post and I was like, this sounds interesting, agribusiness innovation. I have my undergrad in animal production and health from the Federal University of Agriculture. So, I mean, plot twists. Most of us in UM6P that are Nigerians are from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Funab. So it was the reason why are going to UM6P. So for you as a person, can you just give us a bit of insight into why you chose the agribusiness innovation program and what exactly is agribusiness innovation? Can you shed a bit of light into the curriculum also?
Okay, thank you. Actually, like Rafiat said, agribusiness course is actually like an MBA because you are in a business school. All you do is about business. They just tailored it to agribusiness, like to anything related to agri. But basically, what you'll be doing is business in relation to agriculture. So basically what we do is that we talk about startups, uh, adding value to agricultural uh, chain, and that's all about agribusiness. It's all about business. It's not a research-based masters, so it's just like an MBA, like she said. So that's the difference between School of Business and School of Collective Intelligence.
Okay. Can you also shed a bit of light into the curriculum? What should applicants expect when they get in? Because when you talk agribusiness, should they expect so many courses regarding the agricultural side or regarding the business side? What type of courses should they expect all through their 2 years?
Okay, thank you. The funny thing is, when people hear agribusiness, they think, oh, all what you are doing is agriculture, agriculture. Some of our colleagues will even tell you, it's only agriculture you people are doing now. But they don't know because they did not check the curriculum. So if
Yeah.
you check the curriculum, if you look at the curriculum very well, I can say in the 3 semester we have used now, we only had like 2 or 3 agricultural courses, like mainly agricultural courses, like 3. The rest are just business, statistics, data, entrepreneurship, and all. So there's nothing like this is agriculture. No, it's not. It's business. It's just business in relation to agric. So that's just it. So the curriculum consists of data science, statistics. In fact, you do energy, like like an engineering student. So you will do energy, you will do leadership, strategic management, stuff like that. Anything that relates to business, you will do it. So it's not a geek, honestly. So, and you can see in our class, in my class, for example, now we have different background. We have people from accounting, we have people from chemical engineering, we have people from elect, we have people from computer science, we have people for supply management, we have people from food tech. So different background. I think maybe like 5 or 4 out of 19 students in my set are just from agricultural background. The rest are from different other background. So it's not agric. If what's in your mind is, oh, I just want to do agric, or oh, I'm not going to take this course because it's just agric. No, it's not. It's business. And if you are interested in business, especially if you are interested in business in relation to agric, or maybe you want to have your own startup, or you already have your own startup or something, so this is a good opportunity for you to actually learn about business.
Yeah, thank you very much, Olayemi Azeez, for that answer. Just to add a bit to it, in my class, we are just 14 at the moment, the first cohort, and only 3 of us have background in agriculture. Everyone else is from microbiology, biochemistry, economics, business admin. We even have someone from architecture. So it shows that it's a very diverse background, and it makes the class interesting because everyone is coming with different perspectives. So thank you very much. We will get into certain questions regarding other core details about the agribusiness program. So very quickly, Rafiat, can you just, when you were giving your definition about the program in collective intelligence, you made mention about very interesting things like tech, data science, cognitive science. So what advice would you give any Nigerian applicant that is applying into this program and does not have any traditional background in, let's say, anything tech, that is not tech savvy, for example, someone that cannot use things like Python, like how, what type of advice will you give them before applying? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, I'd like to use myself as an example, although mine is a little bit different because I've had some like basic online courses on data science and data analysis or before coming to UM6P. But then we have people in my class that have never done like anything like coding before they go to UM6P. And the good thing about the course now is they are going to start from the scratch for you. Our my sets, they started like we had a basic Python class that we had like 2 weeks before resumption, and after we resumed we started R, because in your first semester, where for your analysis, they will introduce you to R. Then in the second semester, they will introduce you to Python. So that what happened 2 weeks before the resumption, we had like a basic Python programming class, and when we resumed, we started her. So before then, during that 2 weeks, after doing my online courses, I still went back to what I learned. Then on R, I didn't have any power experience. It was when I got to UMCSP that I started using R. And so far so good. The advice I'm going to give to anyone is, if you know that this is what you want to do, this is what you want to apply for, I would advise you to start learning Python and start learning R. Not because of anything, not that when you get to UMCSP, they're not going to teach you all those basics. They are going to teach you, but imagining learning something and then teaching you again on that thing is just going to make your understanding of that stuff more grounded, and so for you to be able to grab a lot of concepts. Because if you don't have any basic background whatsoever, I'll be very truthful, it's going to be a little bit hard. You need to put in like the extra, like try, it's not even times 2 of the work you're doing in class, like times 5, so that you need to like keep up with the course, and so so you won't get lost and feel like, oh, is what I'm doing right? But even if you don't have a background in it, you can scale through and you can always meet up wherever you want to be.
Yeah, you've heard it. You've heard it. You need to go and learn Python. For example, in the agribusiness program, it was very surprising to us when we realized that, oh my God, we really need to learn how. And I mean, it's been quite a journey for someone like me. I used to shout, oh, I don't need to learn Python, I don't need to learn R. But alas, you need beyond Excel or SPSS or the normal SAS that you know. You need even way beyond that also. So thank you very much, Rafiat. We would
Yeah,
circle
just
back
I'm
on.
sorry, just to add to it. I remember like
Okay.
some of our M1, like one of them chatted me up doing like before they resumed that, oh, Rafiat, I would like to start preparing for resumption. Can you send me the coursework, the slides and everything? So I just told him, see, please let me be truthful with you. The fact is, here in UMCSP, like you have like a lot of lecturers, and our lecturers are abroad based. So it might not be the lecturer that took us this course that is going to take you to the next semester. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to send you the slides. The only advice I can give you currently is the 1 month you have before resumption, learn hard. Was like, what is hard? I said pride. For you to
Ah.
know what is hard, you need to learn it. So start learning it. And trust me, that advice was something that is very, very helpful for him, because he told me that if you had not told me to learn how, I'm not sure I'll be able to cope with what we are doing in class or not. So that's just it. Just start somewhere. It might be difficult at first, but then trust me. Because I remember some of the MIM guys will tell me, how you guys surviving with data science, because we are always shouting data science. It's not an easy
Yeah.
course, but then you just have to do it. You just have to pass it, and you have to learn it because you need it in research. If you want to do research, you need to know everything in data science. So
Yeah.
that's just it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rafiat. So, what is enough for the wise? You can start learning Python and R now, especially if you are single, by the way, you can start learning it also. So, very quickly, so let's talk about the application process for agribusiness innovation. We are part of the first cohort. So, what are the certain skills and experience that applicants should highlight in the application that will give them a very big edge when it comes to the application process? What should they highlight in the application, both in their motivation letter and in the academic CV, irrespective of background?
Okay, thank you. For agribusiness, I think the most important thing is your entrepreneurship skills, because the course itself was designed to actually build you to start something after school. So during my own interview, for example, the people that interviewed me, I don't know, maybe they saw my CV, they lay emphasis more on what have I done before. And because I've worked with a startup, with an agri-based startup before, so that was all we talk about during the interview. So I just told them, oh, this is what we did in this startup. We did this, we did that. That was all. But for some of you, maybe when they see your this thing, they may ask you, how do you think you can develop an agribusiness startups, stuff like that. So just focus on the entrepreneurship idea that you have. If you have one, or if you have worked on one. If you don't, if you have not worked on one, I will implore you to actually think of something that you can do in the agricultural space, so that when they ask you, you can actually bring up an idea and just sell it to them. So it's just like pitching, because it's a business school. It's just like pitching an idea to them. So when they ask you, just pitch the idea you have to them. It can be anything. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be sophisticated. It can be maybe a plantain chip this thing business. It can be maybe you are just selling agricultural inputs. It can be anything just related to agri, and that's it, because that's what they want to see. Because in the course curriculum, every semester we've had 3 semesters now, and every semester we do entrepreneurship courses. So, and entrepreneurship courses, Paul will tell you, it is very, very stressful, because it's like they just want to put everything in your head. They want you to actually know that you can start something, because that's actually the main point of the course. That's what they want to do. For us, the first cohort, when we started with this entrepreneurship stuff, it was actually not easy. I cannot remember the number of businesses I've built in my in my head. I've
Yeah,
been CEO of many companies without
many companies.
without launching. So that's the thing about agribusiness. Just prepare for this question. They will ask you. I'm very sure they ask the second cohort too. They will ask you about the agribusiness idea that you have?
Okay, I have a lot to say about the entrepreneurial side of this program, but I mean, because for someone like myself, I'm more into the corporate side, but yeah, at UM6P, especially in the agribusiness, whether I like the corporate, whether you don't like entrepreneurship, you will definitely have an understanding, a very robust understanding of it. So one question to tie it up, Olayemi Azeez. So what are some of the unique resources or facilities at UM6P that will be very beneficial for people within the agribusiness program? I mean, there's a lot of UM6P Explorer, Startgate. Can you just shed more light into all of these programs that will provide funding for even people that have really brilliant ideas within the agribusiness space?
Okay, one of the facilities is the experimental farm and the fab lab, the fabrication lab in Bengeri, and the social innovation lab and Stargate. So if you get admitted into the program, these are four facilities. You'll be familiar with them because these are the places you go to if you have an idea to develop your idea. And for example, the fab lab, if you have an idea that require you to actually build something like maybe a sensor or something, so that is where you will actually develop your prototype. And that is one thing about the program. So they will push you to actually do something. So those are the facilities that you actually work with.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Azeez Olayemi. Before I go to Rafiat also, I would like to point out also that if you have any idea, there's availability of funding also. There are a lot of funding opportunities. So far, you can prove the viability of your business idea. It is the African Business School for a reason. For example, in my class now, we have different projects that work on different entrepreneurial skills. It was part of our grading for the final for the course on the long. It was 20 marks. The pitching alone, the pitching to investors, to seasoned and experienced investors was 20 marks, irrespective of your idea also. So it's a very big one. There are a lot of funding opportunities if you want to have a business, especially within the agribusiness space or your agricultural space in Africa also. So very quickly, Rafiat, beyond academics and beyond the rigorous coursework, what are the other personal or professional opportunities or opportunities that are available for people within the School of Collective Intelligence also?
Yes, I'll start with the personal opportunity. Firstly, I'm very sure the African Business School students also go through like learning, practicing their communication skills, their facilitation skills. So one thing you'll be actually trained on as a collective intelligence student is your communication skills. It has to be top notch. It has to, because you'll be presenting your research all over the world and you don't want to go and be doing blah, blah, blah when you are presenting your work. So your communication skills, they are going to like blend it. It's going to be sharpened for you. So apart from that, so you learning research. Your research is something that you can use to apply to conferences all over the world, wherever you in the world. So I know that for every master student, the department has given us a privilege to apply to conferences with your paper or maybe your project, although it has to go through like this ethical board where they are going to check whatever you've done in class, what you want to submit to the conference. And once your paper has been checked by the department and you can now submit it to the conference and they've accepted it, one opportunity that they have for every student is for you to travel to wherever you want to go in the world. They're going to support your logistic, that's your flights and your accommodation to wherever you are going for any number of days you want to spend there. So that's one professional opportunity which I was opportune to use to travel to the United Kingdom for a conference last year. So that's one thing. Then with your research skills, I'm very sure that everybody knows that research is a big deal, especially when you're applying data science and collective intelligence to it. So you have the opportunity like to bring yourself out there. the school is going to like widen your eyes to apply for stuff, even things that you think you can't even apply to. You just have to put your head into it. And believe me, it's something that is, even if you are going to get a rejection letter, at least you have the experience of applying. You are going to reapply again and they are going to accept you. Also, they trained us, what they trained us is for his rejection is normal. If you want to be in academics, if you want to be in
Normal.
research, it is normal. Our professors used to tell us that them themselves, as they are teaching us, they are still collecting rejections steadily on some papers that they want to submit to a conference or anything like that. So it's something you have to live with. It's something you just have to believe in. Professionally, they will put you outside the world. Yes, love letter.
Love
Professionally,
letter.
they will put you outside the world. They will push you to show yourself if what skills you have. They will push you to show it. Then personally, you have to retain those skills yourself, and you have to let them know that, oh, I studied collective intelligence and I am from the School of Collective Intelligence. So that's just it.
Yeah, thank you very much. So in case you have a flair for research, you've always wanted to, you've seen pictures of people presenting their posters on LinkedIn. This is an opportunity for you. This is an opportunity available in the School of Collective Intelligence. So just to wrap it up from your end, Rafiat, can you shed more light into some of the career prospects? For example, it's not everyone that would like to go into research or into the academia space. So what of the corporates and the professional scene? What are some of the career prospects that are available after graduating from the School of Collective Intelligence?
All right. Apart from being a researcher in academia, and you can also be like a business intelligence or business analyst, the way they used to call it, or maybe a research consultant, in which I know that some of the companies are available. They used to have like, especially those manufacturing companies, they used to have like a research lab. You can be someone that work in that kind of research lab. Also, your project management skills is something they also work with in collective intelligence. They teach you how to manage a project right from the beginning to the end of the project. So it's something you can also look into. And it now depends on you on what you want to do. If you think you are in the engineering space or you are in the maybe medical space, you know that there is nowhere that there is no problem. How am I going to apply what I learned in collective intelligence to this place that I want to go into, to this place? Because let me be realistic with you, collective intelligence is a new field. Like UMCP is like the first school in the world that is having a master's in collective intelligence. The other schools are either PhD. I've not seen like masters, but the first schools in the world with the masters in collective intelligence. So a lot of people don't know about it. You are the one that is going to preach on what you can do for a corporate organization. That this is what I study and this is what I know. This is how I'm going to apply it to your field, and this is how it's going to work out. So it depends on you what you want to do. And I think I didn't mention to when you asked me that what advice do I have for people that want to apply to collective intelligence. One thing I want you guys to do is do your homework. Like learn more, read more about this course, read deeply about it to know that okay, this is what I want, this is what I want to do. How can I apply it to what I want to do? So you can also look into that and you'll be fine.
Yeah, thank you so much for that robust response. Basically, just a reminder once again that this webinar was organized by the Nigerian community in conjunction with the UM6P Outreach Department for the admission cycle of this year also, where we guide Nigerian applicants that are coming into UM6P. We are giving you the in-depth analysis of this program, Collective Intelligence, as well as agribusiness innovation. In subsequent webinars, we would have a session that will talk about international management as well as other programs that Nigerians can apply to here at UM6P also. So let's move very quickly to the agribusiness field. Azeez, Olayemi once again. So beyond the technical skills that you will get within the agribusiness innovation program, what are the other essential skills that can be developed within this program that, of course, will be crucial in this field, as well as what are the career prospects? No one just wants to do a master's for doing it. What are some of the career prospects in the agribusiness innovation program?
Okay, thank you. As you know, we we are in a business school and we are not into research. So, but again, communication skill is another thing that is very essential, because in business, you need to sell yourself, you need to pitch to investors to buy into your ideas, to invest in your ideas. So communication skill is one major thing, because in your entrepreneurship course, as I've said before, you will preach almost every day. You will preach almost
Yeah.
every day, almost every day.
Yeah.
For us, we preach almost every day. And in other courses that you'll be doing too, because you'll be doing BMC, business model canvas,
The
you
canvas.
develop business ideas, and then you have to pitch. So that is an essential one. And for the career part, uh, in our first entrepreneurship class in our first semester, the lecturer did something. They made us take a test, and the test is just to determine our level in whether in whether we are
Um,
actually entrepreneurship focus,
Entrepreneur. Yeah.
or we
Yeah.
have managerial this thing. So some of us, we fall in between entrepreneur and managerial this thing. So if you cannot, so they told us you don't necessarily need to actually start something. You can yeah. So maybe that is your own stronghold. You can be a manager, you can manage a business, you can actually consult for people. So that is other career path if you actually don't want to start something. But actually, the course we actually build you to actually start something. Actually, honestly, I won't lie to you. If you want to start something, or if you want to sell your ideas after school, it won't be a problem for you. If you actually pass through business school, it won't be a problem for you. But if you don't want to go that path, you can work with consulting clubs, you are with consulting firms, so you can actually consult for businesses, and you can be a manager. You can be a manager. So those are the career paths that you have. And agribusiness is catchy, kind of is catchy, because it's a sector that is booming in Africa, especially. So that's another thing that give it a lot of prospect.
Yeah, thank you very much for the robust response. As someone that is even just 3 months into the program, and this is not capping. Let me put it that way. I've done just in this course alone. Every week we have a presentation. So, like you said, we have a course on entrepreneurship, and the course is learning by doing. So, if you learn about a new concept, you apply it almost immediately to your startup project, and you have to pitch about it also every week. You pitch to the class. I mean, this semester I've done nothing less than 25 different presentations, countless slide decks. You are pitching to your lecturers, you are pitching during hackathons. I mean, you would get used to it. You would know how to face the public, convince someone about your idea also. So if you are someone that struggles with public speaking, welcome to the club. You would actually be so proficient with public speaking once you are done with the program also. So yeah, I think at this moment I would like to open the floor to the audience. So if we'll do it this way, we'll take 5 questions because of our time. So if you have a question regarding the agribusiness, I can see everyone's hands. So once it's 5, we would close the floor for people to ask their questions. So I think I would start with Aziz. Also, I think you'll be the first person. So you can kindly unmute your mic and very quickly ask your questions, or your question rather. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you. Is that me? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the session. Please, I have a question regarding collective in intelligence. I have gone through the website and I noticed that a couple of the faculty members have their research around psychology and learning disability, even the ones that have like a PhD in computer science. But my question is that in the program, is it like this? Do we have to tailor? I know the program is open to people from diverse field, but do we have to tailor our essay towards this field, or we can just write about something that we know it's still collective intelligence, but maybe a broader perspective aside this learning disability or psychology field? That's my question. Thank you.
All right. Yes, actually, I would advise that maybe in your cover letter, you might tailor your research interest maybe to one of the professors that you want to work with. But then it's not really necessary. It's not like a necessity. If you think there is a field that you feel like collective intelligence, you want to apply it in this field. Like I say, it's a new field and it is a field that everybody needs in all sector. You can actually tailor it in your cover letter. And from there, they will see that, oh, this person really knows what collective intelligence is and how it can actually be adopted. Because one thing that they would ask you, even during your interview, if you successfully pass the exam and during your interview, they won't be asking you about what the professors are doing. They'll be asking you about what you know about collective intelligence. How do you think it can be applied? Like like the prospect of collective intelligence. They just want to see your motivation and how you can use collective intelligence in wherever you are. So if you see a professor that aligns with your interest, I think you can mention the person's name. But if not, you can also mention how you can use collective intelligence in what you are doing. Because during my interview, that was what I did. I didn't like tailor my interest to any professor because I know that what they are doing, like some of them is related to disability psychology. But you do more. There are some professors that they are into psychology. Most of them have like more than one research interest. And they have more than one research interest. That is when you get into the program that you even be seeing that, oh, so this professor works on this. For me, for example, I found a professor in computer science that works in AI in Agric, just exactly what I want. And I approached that this is what I'm interested in. I want to work with you. And I did my summer internship with her and I'm still doing what I do.
Okay, thank you very
I think
much.
Christiana wants to add to the question. I don't know.
Okay, Christiana, floor is yours.
Hi guys. Thank you so much, Rafiat, Boaz, and Paul for the wonderful section. Yeah, so the reason why I want to contribute is the learning disability that was mentioned in the question. So the program on the learning disability wasn't a course at SCI. There's one of our courses that is on leadership. So you are expected like to like create a company, just like ABS, Boaz has spoken about having company or coming from their angle of a manager. So this course called leadership is also trying to build your leadership skill. How can you create an organization? How can you manage the organization? So which is why that program on learning disability is from one of the group from in that course, that's leadership course. They created an organization called Clarify, which is looking into advocacy for people with learning difficulties. So that doesn't mean that you should put learning difficulty in your motivation letter when you're being interviewed. When you want to refer to that, you can only refer to that a group of students from the School of Collective Intelligence did this and that. You understand? Because if you mention that, it might be strange to the professor that didn't encounter that. So that is just what I want to say. Then additionally, for those in politics, those that have interest in politics, and an aspect of collective intelligence that deals with political science too. Like we have one of the person that has been communicating with you, Yeboah, he studied political science. So I'm much aware that he enjoyed classes on political science and the like. So yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
Just
thank you
to
so
add to
much.
what
Okay.
Christiana said, also one of our professor worked on dyslexia. I don't know, maybe it might be something that you come across on the internet or the school website. There's one of our Professor Fatima Zara. One of our core research is on young children with dyslexia. So it might be maybe what you saw, or maybe clarify them Christiana's group that are working on people with disabilities. So you don't really have to tailor your cover letter on that.
Okay, thank you very much, Rafiat and Christiana, for answering that question. Just a bit of insight also. Christiana Oyewale is the Nigerian ambassador here at UM6P, second year master student at the School of Collective Intelligence also. She's popularly known as African lady also. So very quickly, let's move on to Umar Shehu for your question. So you can quickly unmute your mic and ask your question. Thank you.
Thank you for wonderful session. I'm Omar Tijani Show. So, sir, my question is that I graduated from Bayero University, Kano, from Agric and Environmental Engineering, and I'm interested in agribusiness and innovation. So, when I could check the courses or course online, so I see during when I was I was in my undergraduate, I see we did it EEP, Entrepreneurship and Innovation 1, 2, and other courses that are related to the business. So during when I selected as course core or major courses in the UPM6P portal. So I select almost 8 courses. So can I put them all, or I can choose 4 or 3 that are more related to the course? Thank you, sir.
Okay. Boaz, do you have anything to say regarding that?
No,
Honestly,
that's it.
I don't really understand the question. Like, he said he selected 8 courses on the
Can I
portal.
answer that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean,
Yeah, I think what he's trying to say is that he offered some courses related to agribusiness innovation, maybe agriculture, business, and the likes. So he's thinking whether he wants to name drop some of these courses that
Okay,
he's done this
yeah.
previous, try to link it to the course that he's interested in here in UM6. But I think that's the question he's trying to ask. I
I
think the
think I
best
can
approach to
answer
use,
that.
because
Okay.
okay, maybe just after me. I think the best
Yes.
approach to use is to mention the most relevant courses that you think are necessary. You don't need to mention all the courses that you did. I mean, I did a lot of courses in political science and I could name drop a lot while applying for collective intelligence, but that wasn't the motive. I think you just need to be specific because you don't have like enough space to write everything you want to write. I think people review your essays, they are also reviewing other people's essays too. So they have limited time to do so. So you want to be as specific and as brief as possible with the answer you are giving. So what I would just advise is you just link two or three courses that are related and try to talk about how it is linked to maybe the course in agribusiness innovation. And then just emphasize why you're really, really keen on it.
okay, thank you, sir. The courses is that entrepreneurship, venture and creation, and entrepreneurship and innovation, then farm management and rural sociology. So I think those 3 courses is more really familiar with the agribusiness and innovation.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think you can. Okay, Rafiat.
just to add to, like I told you, I had my background in agricultural engineering, and the very first course that gave me, no, I think SCI gave me admission because agribusiness was a bit slow. Like I was majorly part of the first set of students that had admission in agribusiness, and you can actually mention those 3 courses. Just like what Boaz said, you don't have a lot of space, but with 3 courses, with those 3 courses that you did in your undergrad, because that was what I did. I mentioned those courses and I let them understand how related I can use it in business. Then during my interview, I would like to emphasize on what Boaz said. You need to let them see like entrepreneurship spirit in you relating to agric. Because during my interview, I remember explaining my undergraduate project and how I want to have a startup on my undergraduate project. My internet connection cut off. That was thrown out of the meeting, and they kept calling me. The professor was still online for about 10 minutes, telling me she's interested in what I'm saying, that is a new thing, that how did I go about it? And I explained, imagine waiting for over 10 minutes for a student that the connection went off. Even if I was the professor, I might actually lose interest. So the way she waited for a while made me like see like, oh, this is what they really want. Once they see that you have a business spirit in you, you know what you are doing, you know everything the course is about, trust me, you're going to be among the first set of candidates that they are going to provide admission to.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that robust question answer, Rafiat and Yeboah. So very quickly, before we move on to the next person, I would like to acknowledge the presence of other members of the Nigerian admission team here at UM6P. We have Yeboah Aqua that you all are familiar with. We have Faith Adeyemi, we have Moshood Oyindamola, we have Oluwafemi Onioshun, as well as myself and Christiana Ewali also, as well as Azeez and Rafiat, who have been very instrumental in this webinar so far. So we'll move very quickly to Oyewumi Oyebamiji. You can kindly unmute your mic and ask your question.
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. Please, I want to ask, in Nigeria, I had my bachelor's degree in Nigeria and I entered through direct entry. Already, I went to College of Education first. I spent 3 years and my bachelor's degree is 3 years. Now, in finishing the bachelor's degree that I need to input into the application, will I put only the bachelor's degree that I earned, or I should add my NC with it, and that would be like 6 years, and I don't think the space will accommodate 6. I think it will just accommodate 4. So what am I going to do in that situation?
I think Christiana wants to answer that because she was a DE student. I was also a DE student. So Christiana, after you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rafiat. So during my time, what I did is that I picked the last 2 semester from my ND to meet up the number of entries. So if your transcript is based on semester, ensure that you pick like the last 2, either last 2 semester or last 3 semester, or depending on how your transcript, because some people zone is based on year. You understand? So then you now continue with your undergraduate results. I don't know if that one answers your question. So, but ensure that when you are uploading your transcript and your certificates, you merge them all together.
Yeah, just to add to that. So I think the space is...
I should match the undergraduate degree and the one I had, and the one I had from the College of Education. I should make them together with the certificates.
No, for your transcripts, merge your NCE transcripts with your undergraduate transcripts. For your certificates, merge your NCE certificate with your undergraduate certificates. Do you understand? Because there are different fields and different parts to upload transcripts and a different part to upload your certificates. So for your transcripts, I think it's 8 semesters, like for 4 years, if I could remember our own time. So that was what we did. You just take the last year of your NCE, that's your year 3 of your NCE, with your 3 years of your bachelor's. That's going to give you like 8 semesters already. So you just upload it on the portal. Then if you want to submit the transcript, you submit the merged transcripts.
Okay, thank you. And my second question is this, please. I've been hearing about entrance exam. Is it that those people that be successful after the application deadline, and that is April 15 for the English courses, the international management, collective intelligence, and agribusiness and innovation? Are they going to write exam? Is it online exam or what? Sorry.
I think
Um,
Yeboah can answer that, of course.
okay, Yeboah, you can answer.
Okay, thank you very much. I was thinking Paul Paul answer, but yes. So after the application process, you get, if you're successful. I mean, if you write a very compelling letter of motivation and your references are great, I guess you'll be shortlisted to go to the next stage, which is the exam, the aptitude test phase. So it's just basically to test your aptitude, and it's not that difficult. But then the questions are easy to pass, easy to fail. It's just something you're already familiar with. So for us in collective intelligence, it was just a set of about, I think about 15 questions, and it was very technical, yes, but at the end of the day, we're able to scale through. And then because I applied for Masters in International Management and Collective Intelligence too, while for the one in International Management, they had to set all these GRE and GMAT questions that test your verbal, quantitative, and analytical reasoning. So that's just it. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Because of time, we would like to move on to other people with questions. And please let your questions be tailored towards the School of Collective Intelligence and Agribusiness Innovation. We'll have subsequent webinars where we'll tackle questions regarding the interview and the remaining other application phases. So very quickly, Sam Uddin, you can kindly unmute your mic and ask your question. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
evening.
it's Samsudin Onikede.
Apologies.
Yeah, no offense taken. Okay, good evening, everyone. My question goes to Olaimi. Um, During the course of the O master's program, will there be um certificates, like professional certificates, to make you like a business person, like we do in Nigeria, whereby we have like things like CRM or something like that, that makes you like a business person, like a professional business, stuff like that. Like, is there any certificates that makes you like a professional business person? And again, my second question, I don't know if I can merge my questions together. My second question goes thus: like, can I, if I don't have my certificate yet to upload, can I upload something like my notification of results, statement of results or so? Thank you.
Okay. For the first question, there's nothing like that actually. There's nothing like that. Maybe if you want to get it on your own, you can actually get it, but from the school, there's nothing like that. And for the second question, of course you can. I have someone that is even yet to collect the certificate. So you can use your notification of result actually. You can use that. Maybe peradventure before the registration and everything, you have your certificate. So you can use that for the application.
Okay. Thank you very much for that rapid response. Taufik Adebayo, the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My
Yeah, good evening.
question, please pardon me because I did not join the webinar very early. So I want to know the name of the school that we are talking about now, so I can write it down. Another thing is, I want to know the benefit of the program. Is it a fully funded scholarship program or other benefit that are attached to the program? Also, I want to know, sorry, I have written my question down, so just please let me call them out now. I don't know if you are writing them down too. So the next one, all right. What are the requirements needed for applications? Is it the normal document that we use for other application as well, other scholarship application too? And what is the application process like? And is the application still going on currently? Thank you.
I think to answer, I'll answer only the name of the university. The name of the university is Mohammed the Sixth Polytechnic University. It's UM6P in Morocco, and we have a webinar that covers all of the other questions that you asked. Also, we did the webinar 2 weeks ago. I think after this call, you can send a DM to Yeboah, and it's going to send you the link of the webinar, so you can get a lot of in-depth information regarding the different programs and the scholarship rates, as well as the documents that you would actually need. So the webinar would answer a lot of those questions also. We can't answer them on this call because of the brevity of time. And after the call, you can reach out to any one of the admins and they will send the link of the webinar to you. So for the last question of tonight, would yield the floor to Adam. Adam, you have the floor. Adam.
Can we take Bola? Can we take Bola?
Okay. Bola, the floor is yours. I don't think they are available at the moment. So let's see.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Adam. Very quickly.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you for the insight. So please, my colleagues have answered in fact almost what I wanted to ask, which is Mr. Taubik, I think. But however, I still want to appreciate you guys for what you are doing for all of us. So we appreciate you so much. Thank you, sir. So I will be expecting the webinar that you promised to send to the.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Yeboah, you want to say something?
Oh no.
Okay.
I think since the floor was open for a question, maybe if Bola I don't know, that name is hard to pronounce, might want to ask their question since the last person did not ask any question. Maybe we could just take that person and then we continue.
Yeah, so Bola, the floor is yours, or we move on to Murital Ajamiu. You can kindly unmute your mic and ask your question very quickly.
So much. Thank you so much for giving me the chance. My name is Murital Ajamiu. I'm a person that I have interest in. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear.
All right. I have interest in. I'm a graduate of biochemistry, and I have interest in protein. But I'm looking at the school of the collective intelligence. Like, am I eligible to step in or to apply into the school of collective intelligence, or rather I have any other school that I can apply to? That because I realize that there is no particular chemistry department or rather exact interest that I want. If I know vividly that going to School of Collective Intelligence, I can connect that with the research interest of protein interaction that I have in mind. I get it to have the protein banks of all those things. So I just want to get a clarification on that. If probably there will be a suitable school to go to aside going to School of Collective Intelligence. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think because of time, I'll just answer the question, and that will be the end of the question phase. First of all, you can apply to the School of Collective Intelligence, and you can apply to the African business school also. For example, in my class currently in agribusiness innovation, we have someone from biochemistry, we have someone from microbiology also, but they have like these business and entrepreneurial sense. In fact, there are some courses that we do and we actually need their input. There was a time we were having a debate on organic food versus GMO. It was a very interesting debate. The rest of us kept quiet for them to just have the floor. So you can apply to the African Business School. And since you said you have interest in research, the School of Collective Intelligence can work also. And like Rafiat said, if you don't have the technical skills in advance, you can start practicing because you do a lot of data science, a lot of cognitive science. You need to learn how to use Python and R. It will be needed even in your research endeavors also. So you can apply to the School of Collective Intelligence. Just take your time, go through the webinar, see how you would craft your motivation letter to fit the School of Collective Intelligence. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining this webinar. So, Azeez Olayemi, your parting
Please,
short.
please,
Your
I've
parting.
asked questions since the last webinar. I've not been able to less than 1 minute. Please, can I be permitted? Please.
Okay. Very quickly, please. You don't have a choice.
All right. Thank you very much. Apologies, please. Please, I have a master's in a course. Is there a way I could feature my grades also in this application for the masters that include both masters? I heard Christiana talking to, I thought, oh yes, about someone with NC and degree. Can I use my part of my bachelor's as well as my previous master's, or strictly the bachelor's? I just wanted to know. I want to get a second master's, so I just want to know if I can fusion both the master's grades as well as the undergraduate grades. Thank you.
I think Christiana can answer
Christiana
that.
is the best place to, yeah.
Okay, thank you for the question. The reason why they said I should answer that is because SCI is my second master's. So who was that? I had master from UI, but that master's, it only reflected in my motivation letter. So what they need for admission from you is mainly your high level, that's secondary school, and your bachelor's. You understand? But in your motivation letter, you can write that you have a master in so, and why the reason why you want a second master's. We are two in our class that had previous masters. The other person is from civil engineering. So definitely he wrote why he needed another one. I also wrote why I needed another one. You understand? So please don't include it in your on your portal, as in don't fill it up in that result except for the documents. You can add it up to merge it up with maybe your transcripts and also the certificates, you understand, and upload them together, but they are not required. They are not, is not part of requirement in that results section of the application.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sorry,
Christiana.
I wanted to also respond to the person that asks about collective intelligence being a chemist. Rafiat have mentioned that this is a course that is open to everybody. There's somebody we call, like, we normally laugh in our class, we call him an outlier, you understand? But there are places that when his expertise are required, we keep quiet. You understand? It's from Rafiat was
human anatomy. He studied human
so
anatomy.
Wow.
Yeah, there will be some discussion in the class or projects that requires your expertise. That is why we call it collective intelligence. We should not have the same skill. We should not come from the same background, so that we can complement each other. So, and I'm glad that you've been able to find like where collective intelligence can be applied, like if people are mixing things together and the like. So that's collect. They are all coming together to achieve something, right? So it's you can do well in the course and also in ABS. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Christiana. So what just to wrap up this webinar, Azeez Olayemi, can you give us your parting shot as well as your last word of advice for applicants into the agribusiness innovation program, as well as Rafiat also. After Azeez Olayemi goes, you have the floor. Thank you.
Okay. The only thing I have to say is just put in your best and just leave the rest to God. So just put in the best application, write your motivation letter, put in everything you think you need to make your application worthy, and then hope for the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Rafiat.
Yeah, just like Boaz has said, guys, you need to put in your best. Like, collective intelligence is just for 20 seats. And for 20 seats, like, there are some number of seats that is required for the national students. So sub-Saharan African students has about maybe 10 seats. So you should know that we have hundreds of applications. This is the stage where you need to put in your best, like your very best. Before you even get to the test stage, some people will collect love letter, like, because they have a required number of, even for African Business School, all of them have a required number of seats they need to take in, and a quota is given for the national student and a quota is given for international student. So in your CV, in your motivation letter, if it is required, please put yourself out there. Like, if you have people that can review for you, if you think you're very good in writing, write it to your very best. That even if you yourself you are reading it, you'll be happy. Not something that even you yourself you'll be reading that you'll be like, this is not coming. This is not coming. So you need to put yourself out there. And lastly, I don't want learning Python and how to discourage anyone. I just said that you can start learning it just to make your life easier when you get into the program. They are still going to start from the basics for you. So don't let it discourage you from applying to the School of Collective Intelligence. Those that don't have the experience already now have the experience and are now even using it. So I think that's all from me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rafiat, as well as Olayemi Aziz. Thank you so much for your time. And a big shout out to the UM6P Nigerian Ambassador Christiana Oyewale, as well as other members of the admission committee, the Nigerian admission committee that works right in collaboration with UM6P admission team or outreach team also. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining tonight's webinar. Like they said, I think let me just yield the floor to Christiana Oyewale. But before she comes on board, for your SOP or your motivation letter, there's no word limit, but please don't make it 10 pages, max to, let's say, 2-3 pages. And also you can tailor it to either any of the applications. So you can just write one for your preferred program also. So I yield the floor to Christiana Oyewale very quickly.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul. Let me start by thanking my two dear friend, Rafiat. Rafiat is my sister, not just a friend. So our journey started from here, that you people are starting your own journey, but eventually became more than a family this thing. So you can as well find maybe a family from this journey that you've embarked on, because the journey will be both sweet and be otherwise. You need somebody to cry on, somebody to vent your frustration on, somebody to do a day shift for you. So, which is what Rafiat and I have been doing for ourselves for a while. Then Boaz is one of our best keeper in the school. The matches that I've not attended are the one that he has lost. maybe I'm this thing for him. Yeah, so but as to is, then let me use this opportunity to also advertise for him. He makes hot, beautiful bread. You understand? We have a bakery. We have a bakery in,
Are you
in
sure they are
Already
going to
patronizing what
meet
is
him when they
doing.
come?
No, they will not be able to meet him. We would be out of
maybe
the
Paul
system
will
already.
learn from him.
No.
Yes, Paul can go for internship with Boaz, so that he's the one that is not making us miss home. His bread is giving us the Nigerian vibes.
What's our gal?
Yeah. Yeah, so Nigerian community is actually a very interesting community. It's a big family, and I could see other nationality trying to learn from us and also interact with us, because you see how we just laughed and joke about things. So that is how we are. When classes is becoming frustrating for you, you can just look for anybody, pick on the person and make jokes, express yourself to the person and the like. We are not a community of sadists. You understand? We can pick on
Yes,
anybody and be laughing. The person understands that it's just a normal thing. So try as much as possible to start relating with one another from here. I could see some people on the WhatsApp group, they are responding to questions from others. Then please, I will say it again, we are all students. We are not paid for this job. You understand? This is a voluntary work. So our main aim of being in UMCSP must be fulfilled. We must attend classes. We must write exam. It's exam period for us. So if we don't respond to you, don't be offended. I could see that the team, like, let me salute them. They are actually making things very easy for me. Paul, Yeboah, Faith, Moshood, Roya, Constance, they are really, really helping. So then lastly, those that have issue with IT that sent me email, I didn't respond to those email because I don't want to read them without attending to them. So the IT team, the person that I do contact is on short break. Is going to resume by next week. So by next week, you should hear from me. And please, again, don't pay anybody for anything. Don't pay anybody for anything. Our services are free of charge. The application is free of charge. The aspect that you might be asked to pay, we will tell you. And if you are unsure of anything, always ask us. Those one that requires money, when you are sending an email, write on the this thing urgent, so that we will know that yes, this is of high priority for us to quickly answer to. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you've heard a lot from Christiana. Like she said, we are always open to responding to inquiries. Of course, if time permits, also to help review your application before you submit also. So without further ado, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining this webinar. Subsequent details about our other webinars will be shared on the WhatsApp platform also, and as well as recordings of this webinar, as well as the ones that we did previously 2 weeks ago would be shared on our WhatsApp channel. Also, tell your friends, share the application link to as many people as possible. We want to expand the Nigerian community at UM6P. So yeah, thank you so much. A big shout out to every single person that joined this. Also, thank you so much for your time, as well as our panelists also. So make sure you enjoy the rest of your night, and bye for now. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Thank you.